Hey, how's it going guys? Phil here, and this is a review for the Ferment Enjoy Mason Jar Fermenting Lid Kits. You'll receive 3 plastic lids, 3 airlocks, and a brief fermenting guide that walks you through a basic vegetable fermentation. These specialized lids are meant to be used with wide mouth mason jars and measure 3.5 inches in diameter and have a hole in the middle with a rubber washer so you can create an airtight seal with the airlocks. Inside each lid is a silicone ring along the edge at the top, which will create a leak-free seal with the jar. There's a notch here so you can easily remove the seal for cleaning, and it pops back in with little effort. These airlocks are the same ones you might see in homebrew beer kits. It consists of a water chamber, a float valve, and a snap-on cover, which has small holes on top to allow fermentation gases to escape, while preventing air from going back into your jar and spoiling your fermentation. Before use, you should always wash and rinse all parts of the lid and airlock well. I'll be using these wide-mouth amber mason jars from Ball to ferment some cabbage to make sauerkraut. I like the amber ones because they block UV light and help protect the food inside from spoilage longer. We'll start with one large head of cabbage and cut it in half, then into quarters. Next, I'll remove the core and slice the cabbage into thin strips. We'll place the cut strips into a large mixing bowl. For each pound of cabbage, we'll need to add 1.5 tablespoons of kosher salt. That's about 10 grams of salt for every 500 grams of cabbage. Next, we'll squeeze and knead the salt into the cabbage, making sure to crush and press the cabbage fairly hard. We're not trying to tear the cabbage into small pieces, just break the cell walls and release some of the juices. It should look like this after about 5 minutes of kneading. We'll set that aside for 30 minutes, followed by another short press and squeeze. At this point, you should notice liquid pooling in the bottom of the mixing bowl as the salt draws the water out of the cabbage. Now you can add in your preferred spices and aromatics. I'm using 2 teaspoons each of minced garlic, mustard seed, and caraway seed. Mix your spices in until they're well distributed. Now it's time to pack the cabbage into your mason jars, and you might want to use a wide mouth funnel to help you. You're going to want to pack the vegetable in pretty tightly, so I'm using a wooden tamper, but a spoon would work too. I ended up with about 2.5 quarts of cabbage, and now I'm placing glass fermentation weights on top to keep the vegetable under the liquid level, though these are optional and are not included with the kit. I'll top off each jar with the leftover liquid extracted from the cabbage. Make sure your vegetables are fully submerged before continuing. If you don't have enough liquid, you can use 2% salt water to top up your jars. Just mix 98 milliliters of water with 2 grams of salt. Next, screw on the special plastic lids with the holes and place an airlock into each one. You'll want to fill the airlock with a couple of tablespoons of distilled water. Be sure to only fill up to the max fill line here before capping the airlock. Now place your jars on a tray out of direct sunlight and in a warm area about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll want to ferment for at least 2 weeks. After a couple days, you should start to see bubbles rising out of the airlock, indicating that fermentation has started. You'll notice that the water in my airlocks is a bit cloudy because some of the fermentation liquid has risen into the airlock, and if you like, you can pull them out and change the water. I've taken the lid off so you can see how high the liquid level is, so you may want to leave a little more room when you do your fermentation. Alright, it's been 2 weeks, so now we can do a taste test. First, remove the glass weight, and now to try some of this amazing smelling sauerkraut. It's got a nice, salty, sour crunch to it. And yeah, it tastes like sauerkraut. If you like yours a little softer and more sour, you can let it go longer than 2 weeks, but I think it's pretty good right now. When you want to store it, you can't use the lid with the hole in it, but you can get the plastic storage caps from Ball, which are the same thing without the hole. However, these don't come with inner silicone rings, so they won't be airtight, which means the liquid could leak if you tilt the jar, and your stuff might spoil faster. Luckily, you can buy silicone rings separately for these lids, and you'll want to get the ones with a channel in the middle to fit and lock into the lid properly. Then you can cap and store your fermented goodies in the fridge for quite a while without worrying about spilling or spoilage. Overall, I think the fermentation lids did a great job and made it easy for me to ferment in small batches. I hope you enjoyed this review. You can ask me any questions in the comments. I'll put links to the products that I used in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join me next time.